25 The Outsiders quotes with page numbers, chapters, and who said them. 1. I lie to myself all the time. But I never believe me. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy Curtis, Chapter 1, page 18. 2. Stay Gold, Ponyboy, Stay Gold, S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Johnny Cade, Chapter 9, page 148. 3. It seemed funny to me that the sunset she saw from her patio and the one I saw from the back steps was the same one. Maybe the two different worlds we lived in weren't so different. We saw the same sunset. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 3, pages 40-41. 4. You get tough like me and you don't get hurt. You look out for yourself and nothing can touch you. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Dallas Winston, Chapter 9, page 147. 5. 16 years on the streets and you can learn a lot. But all the wrong things, not the things you want to learn. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 8, page 122. 6. Can you see the sunset real good on the west side? You can see it on the east side, too. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy and Cherry Valance, Chapter 8, pages 129, 130. 7. Things are rough all over. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Cherry Valance, Chapter 2, page 35. 8. I've been thinking about it, and that poem, that guy that wrote it. He meant you're gold when you're a kid, like green. When you're a kid everything's new, dawn. It's just when you get used to everything that it's day. Like the way you dig sunsets. Pony, that's gold. Keep that way, it's a good way to be. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, from Johnny Cade's note to Ponyboy Chapter 12, page 178. 9. It's okay. We aren't in the same class. Just don't forget that some of us watch the sunset too. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 3, page 46. 10. Get smart and nothing can touch you. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 12, page 171. 11. He died violent and young and desperate, just like we all knew he'd die someday. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 10, page 154. 12. Things were rough all over, but it was better that way. That way you could tell the other guy was human too. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 7, page 118. 13. I am a greaser. I am a JD and a hood. I blacken the name of our fair city. I beat up people. I rob gas stations. I am a menace to society. Man, do I have fun. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Soda Pop Curtis, Chapter 9, page 136. 14. Dally was so real he scared me. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 5, page 76. 15. Ponyboy, listen, don't get tough. You're not like the rest of us and don't try to be. What was the matter with 2-Bit? I knew as well as he did that if you got tough you didn't get hurt. Get smart and nothing can touch you. What in the world are you doing? 2-Bit's voice broke into my thoughts. I looked up at him, picking up the glass. He stared at me for a second, then grinned. You little son of a gun, he said in a relieved voice. I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just went on picking up the glass from the bottle end and put it in a trash can. I didn't want anyone to get a flat tire. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by 2-Bit and Ponyboy, Chapter 12, page 171. 16. Nothing gold can stay. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy reciting Robert Frost's poem, Chapter 5, page 77. 17. Maybe the two different worlds we lived in weren't so different. We saw the same sunset. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 3, pages 40-41. 18. I knew he would be dead, because Dally Winston wanted to be dead and he always got what he wanted. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 10, page 154. 19. There isn't any real good reason for fighting except self-defense. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 9, page 137. 20. I like my books and clouds and sunsets. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, Ponyboy, Chapter 5, page 76. 21. You take up for your buddies, no matter what they do. When you're a gang, you stick up for the members. If you don't stick up for them, stick together, make like brothers, it isn't a gang anymore. It's a pack. A snarling, distrustful, bickering part like the Sarks in their social clubs or the street gangs in New York. Or the wolves in the timber. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 2, page 26. 22. Johnny almost grinned as he nodded. Tough enough, he managed, and by the way his eyes were glowing. I figured Southern gentlemen had nothing on Johnny Cade. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Johnny Cade and Ponyboy, Chapter 8, page 120. 23. That's why people don't ever think to blame the Sarks and are always ready to jump on us. We look hoodie and they look decent. It could be just the other way around. Half of the hoods I know are pretty decent guys underneath all that grease, and from what I've heard, a lot of Sarks are just cold-blooded mean, but people usually go by looks. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 9, page 141. 24. How come you like fights, Darry? He just likes to show off his muscles. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy and Soda Pop, Chapter 9, page 133. 25. You know a guy a long time, and I mean really know him. You don't get used to the idea that he's dead just overnight. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, by Ponyboy, Chapter 12, page 178. I wondered for a long time how to start that theme, how to start writing about something that was important to me. And I finally began like this. When I stepped out into the bright sunlight from the darkness of the movie house, I had only two things on my mind: Paul Newman and a ride home. S.E. Hinton, The Outsiders, the last line of the book, by Ponyboy, Chapter 12, page 180.